So there's a homicide. Christopher G. Sand executed the businessman Timothy Wayne. Beasley, I know you've got this in you. You can do it. Go figure that out. Meanwhile, Christopher Sand sent us some money for selling non-automatic weapons. Automatic weapons. Oh, they denied my request for an officer's job slot because clearly we don't have the capacity to handle the call-outs. And because we didn't handle the call-outs, we don't get the officer slot. We've got to be able to do more with less before they give us more. What a load of bullshit. I'm not late, you're late, Sam. Hi, hello. Okay, a vehicle accident. An intoxicated driver flew into the oncoming lane and crashed into a van, which crashed into 5 other vehicles. The drivers of the vehicles escaped with their lives, but jumped out of their cars and began to argue, and conflict ensued. The situation is about to get ugly. Robbins, Klausner, and Castile. Go deal with it. Yeah. The music's done already because we were busy catching up on cases. Your therapist says you're projecting. You've decided to embrace the projecting. Projectile lateness. Here we go. Homicide with Christopher Sand. We're gonna bring him down. Christopher G. Sand is the head of a Sand Mafia family, a role he plays as grandson of the founder. He kills people in exceptional cases, and the Timothy Wayne case is exceptional. Timothy Wayne is the owner of the Hell on Wheels car dealership which helped Varga in the war against the Sands. He was kidnapped by Orson Sand and his accomplices. They brought Wayne back to the ranch in an ambulance, stripped him naked, sat him next to the aviary besides the hunting dogs. There, he waited for the arrival of Christopher G. Sand. Christopher G. Sand wanted to hear an explanation why, after so many years of mutually beneficial cooperation, Timothy Wayne would choose to stab him in the back and get into bed with Vikas Varga. In response, Timothy Wayne spat on Christopher G. Sand's face. Not the best way to deal with it. Christopher G. Sand is a seasoned hunter and prefers rifles, but in the case of Timothy Wayne, I guess, he used a shotgun, shot him in the stomach so he could suffer before he died. The bleeding body of Timothy Wayne was thrown into the kennel with the hungry hunting dogs. Jesus Christ. See, this is the guy we helped win the mob war, but that's because Vikas Varga was like much worse than this guy. He would do that to anybody, whereas Sand does this to people that he feels deserves it at least. So at least the majority of the citizenry are spared this barbarism, but anyway, we're going to take him down still. Suspicious individual at the apartment house. An employee at the Interhouse hardware store said that a suspicious man named Otis Adams, oh god, this isn't going to be that crazy old Mr. Adams, ordered a very strange combination of objects which could be easily used to make explosives. Adams has a pretty colourful police record, including a bomb threat. Probably not then, but you never know. It might turn out to be him. But Dixon, Murata, I'm sure you guys can figure that one out. Suspicious individual at the school. A young teacher reported seeing the same suspicious white van parked near the school several days in a row. Whenever I walk towards it, the van drives away. I'm afraid for our students. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Samade and Bukarika. You go deal with it. How's things going at the accident scene? Good stuff. I like this song. This is a good one. Oh damn, we've got a couple of flash call-outs here. An assault at the Live Good mini market parking lot. 5 teenagers asked a man for a cigarette. He said they were too young. The kids jumped him, knocked him to the ground and started kicking him with full force. Waitress Nicole Shelton saw what was going on and called the police. These guys are crazy, they'll kill him. Roy, Go scare the living shit out of them with that face of yours, and take Iwase with you. And then the Sugar Daddy Cafe. Thief attempted a little sleight of hand to relieve Sherry Miller of her diamond ring. She immediately felt something was wrong and put the criminal in an excruciating Japanese finger hold. Oh, the son of a bitch is unconscious. You can come and arrest him now. Okay, Donut, honestly, seriously, like, in all fairness, if you fuck this up, you're fired. Okay, so approach the suspect's front door. So this is Mr. Adams. Just not without saying anything. Let's see what happens. Man in a gas mask. A man in a chemical protection suit, seeing the police, rushes to the bedside table and searches frantically for something. Throw the suspect into the center of the room and pin his arms, or point a gun at him and order him not to move.
1210 complete.
See, this is why I wish it would give a little blurb, you know, and say what happened next. I want to know, like, did we do a good? I mean, obviously we arrested a guy, but what was he reaching for? A bomb remote? A gun? Pepper spray? Who knows?
1210 complete.
A mobile phone to phone his friends. The driver of the white van is a female courier who parks near the school during the lunch hour. I have a stressful job and a horrible boss, but when I watch the children laughing, it calms me down. Oh. Okay, but probably don't do that anymore because that makes people raise eyebrows in this day and age. As it should. Oh, the farm again. Some workers are squabbling during the lunch break discussing yesterday's football game when one of them became really irate and tried to drive over the others with a tractor. It's a good job they're so slow. According to one eyewitness who had taken refuge inside the building, he's like a crazy man, we barely escaped. Robbins. Herr Klausner. Go do that. Klausner, you've got to really, you know, redeem yourself for failing the academy. Teens continue to beat the old man, ignoring the police that just drove up. Hey boys, we brought you some cigars. Grab the two most aggressive or turn on the siren. Grab the little shits. When the teenage thugs see the police, they start to run off in different directions. Chase the weakest. Move in for the kill. Separate the lame. Nobody moves, nobody gets shot. Fire into the air and order them not to move. No, nobody moves, nobody gets shot. Nice. The attempted robbery. Hey, you guys actually managed to arrest an unconscious man. I'm proud of you. Fire in the brain. A massive fight at the fountain. Some big men wearing striped shirts walked into the fountain and started trying to drown each other. Come quick before they kill each other. Why do I get the feeling that's just not gonna be an actual thing? This is gonna be something else, isn't it? Men in striped shirts. I'm trying to think what that would be. I mean, other than the fact that they're all dressed like the Hamburglar, what would that be? But this ain't gonna be what it looks like, is it? They all just willingly walk into the fountain and then begin dunking each other's heads under the water? No, I don't buy it. I'm not sending my SWAT and the paddy wagon there, when that's clearly a false call. See, we need the paddy wagon here, so yeah. A group of angry women came to protest the premiere of an action film, Hard Boiled Women 2. They're demanding that the cinema management cancel the premiere. The situation is heating up. Samade, Murata, Castile, and the Paggy Wagon, I was going to say. Paddy Wagon. The people in the fountain were having fun. Obviously. Oh, they're harmless Russian immigrants. Oh no! So these would have been those oldie time bathing suits, you know, that they used to wear, which would have like stripes on them. Oh my god! Though they once served as paratroopers, right? Yeah, that's like their military outfit. They have like the stripes, don't they? The horizontal blue and white stripes. For them, bathing in a fountain is a traditional thing for airborne troops to do. Okay, is Sarkisian in chat? If you are, please speak up, good sir. Is that actually a thing to your knowledge? I know you're Russian, or anyone else who's Russian. Is that a real thing? A time-honoured tradition among Russian paratroopers is to bathe in fountains. I don't buy that shit. Yeah. A rape in the suburbs. Michael May saw a young girl running naked and bloody trying to climb over a fence of an expensive mansion. She screamed and called for help, but then a man came out of the house and grabbed her by the hair and dragged her inside. The neighbours were complaining just last week about all-night parties at the same mansion. It's owned by a Saudi prince, Malik Kefaya. Robbins? Grant? Who I say? From Francis Birch Jr. Francis Birch Jr. Why do I know that name? Jack, I'm not going to give you the sob story about all my recent misfortunes. Let's just say that I need my job back with the police. That's how I know the name. Did we fire him? I think he left voluntarily. He left. I remember him. We didn't fire this guy. He buggered off on his own. And I do mean need. You'll help me out with this, right? You'll be retired soon. No. So how about a little advance payment on my annual salary? It's only fair. It's not in your best interest to refuse. I know all about your shady business dealings. Just one phone call is all it takes. I've got all the evidence I need to bury you, but I don't want to go against you. I really just need a job, you know? Well, you agree, right? So he doesn't want to come back to the force. He just wants us to put him on the payroll and give him money. He wants hush money. Do we indulge this wastrel? Do I give him hush money? Better safe than sorry. I could probably spend ultimately more than 15 grand shutting people up if he decides to help provoke an investigation. Well, Jack, that's excellent. Some folks say you're a fool, but I know you're as sharp as ever. Jack Boyd and no fool. Mama didn't raise no fool.
Looks like we have
Mama Boyd raised a smart boy. Protesting women are pointing at the movie posters with busty heroines in sexy poses shouting sexism is a disease in our society. One of the women steps forward and throws a stone at the cinema director who's trying to talk to the protesters. Alright, well, I mean, arrest the woman who threw the stone.
216 complete.
Are you a digital projector or an old school film projector? No, he's a 3D IMAX projector. That's what he is. That's what I think he is, anyway. I envision him being a 3D IMAX projector. Telling people they're late on like a super big screen in 3D. A bomb threat at the City Hall. A janitor at the City Hall called us about a suspicious man sitting in the waiting room. He's twitching and looking sideways at everybody. I think he's a spy or a terrorist. He's all skinny, but he's got a really fat belly. I think he's carrying a bomb. God, this is going to be something like... It's actually not going to be a guy. It's going to be a pregnant woman or something. Can't take the risk. Klaus, now you guys can do that on your own though, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be a false alarm. Like the old Apple commercial with the sledgehammer chick. I don't know what that is. Never seen it. How did we do on the rape case? Did we catch the guy? Yes. Drag him to jail. The Hell on Wheels car dealership had an armed robbery. This is owned by Christopher Sand. Two men in clown masks stormed into the auto show and demanded the keys for the most expensive cars on display. When the manager hesitated, the robbers shot him in the leg. One visitor at the event managed to break through a shop window and escape, at least for long enough to call the police. Samadeh Donut Murata. Go deal with it. It was a commercial from the 80s? Ah, right, okay.
510 in progress.
The man was not carrying a bomb, he was an ordinary citizen tired of waiting in line just like everybody else. Okay, well why did he have a really fat belly? But really, I mean, I guess yeah, people come in all shapes and sizes, but I would have liked an explanation about the belly part, you know, if it had been like, no, actually, that wasn't a fat belly, that was something, that was just a satchel bag he had around his front or something. Shooting at the Lewis King nightclub. God damn it, SWAT are out on the bomb threat. Multiple shots reported coming from a nightclub. Oh boy. This is worrying. Better not be developing some tech issues. Hope the heat hasn't been killing the computer. Some of the relatives have come to visit. No. Too tired. No. Cats ate some cream past its sell-by date. They have diarrhea. They are better now, but can I spend the day with them? No. No fat belly shaming. I'm doing something about it. Well, we were talking about the other guy in the game with the bomb threat. Well, that sucks. We've lost progress on a day because my computer just decided to shit the bed. And we dropped a few frames as well. What is going on here? Take everything, take everything. Denied slot. Oh my god. Right, investigations. Again, we've got to start the Christopher Sand investigation. Told you about projecting. Yeah, I know. Alright, so let's go do this again. We sent the paddy wagon. Murata, right? Or somebody anyway, I don't really care. That was really weird then. So when the game crashed, just like it did yesterday, when the game just seemed to, you know, Alt F4 itself, one of my browser windows over here is now saying not enough memory to open this page, which is a little concerning. Right, suspicious individual, the hardware store. You guys can deal with that alone. Let me just quickly Alt-Tab out again. What I want to do is fire up the task manager. I want to keep an eye on the CPU usage then and the memory usage. Why is it so high? Just put that there. Oh, and close that as well. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the investigation started. We've dealt with the accident again. We know this was a false call. This is the thing now. We know some of them are false calls, and we don't have to send anybody to them. It's a bit cheaty, but okay.
910 in progress.
Sleight of hand, again Dixon, and Iwasa, you can go deal with that.
Looks like we have a situation here.
Not without saying anything. Went to gun order not to move. Right, yeah, that was... Okay, we don't need to deal with that. The teenagers, we can do something about.
1210.
Driver of the white van was a delivery driver. Okay.
412 in progress.
The assault at the farm. Roy and Morata can deal with that.
910
That's that one done.
Officer on scene. Looks like we
Grab
have
the
a
aggressive
serial
teenagers. Nobody moves, nobody gets shot. I imagine sometimes we won't quite get the same, you know, result for doing the same options. The massive fight at the fountain we know about. Russian paratroopers bathing in the fountain.
412
Like, really? Okay. Assault dealt with. Good.
216 in progress.
Last picture show theatre. Okay, this was the one we were dealing with when the game crashed. Paddy Wagon, USA, you go as well.
311 611 in progress.
The rape case, we'll send Dixon and Grant. And Castile.
1010 in progress.
Oh! Thomas Schmeling. Different cop this time. But anyway, we'll do the same thing as we did last time. We'll pay the we'll pay the
Looks like we have a
The thing.
situation here.
arrest the woman who threw the first stone. Bomb threat at the city hall we know is a false alarm, so we're not going to send anybody.
In progress. It's 11.
Armed robbery at the Hell on Wheels dealership. Okay. Send 3 people because that's going to be a serious one.
510 in progress.
Right, and then we got to this, the shooting. We didn't get a chance to deal with this because the game just crashed, so... send the whole lot.
1010
Okay, we know about that.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Okay, the armed robbery is more serious. We'll send Grant and Castile.